What's up, everybody? My name is AFarCryAway. Today I just wanted to discuss with you some of the things coming to Sandstorm in the future, as well as my opinions on them. Also, quick thing I wanted to tell you guys, I'm actually an Insurgency Sandstorm partner now, officially recognized by New World Interactive, so that's pretty neat. I want you guys to just go ahead and know, though, that's not going to really color my opinions one way or the other. I already asked, and they did say, like, hey, you're good to say whatever you want, so yeah, I'm gonna say whatever I want, and it feels good, because that means I'm not being, like, bought and sold. I'm not being a shill, okay? Promise. But let's talk about some of this stuff. So, a couple weeks ago, I think 16 days ago, as of today, there was a developer Q&A on Sandstorm, and there was a lot of things said during it, and I'll put this in the description, but this guy on Reddit, basically, his name is VC Ray Gamma, he posted an entire list of the things said during this developer Q&A, and a couple of the things kind of struck me as unusual and cool, and also a little concerning. A lot of it has to do with the console development kind of getting in the way of things. Like, I'm noticing a lot of these answers are, hey, that'd be cool, or we could do that, but console development, or that's coming but later because of console development. And I understand for New World Interactive, the console release of the game will be a really big deal. It can bring a lot of new players into the ecosystem of the game. It'll bring a lot of revenue, hopefully, to New World Interactive, which I can tell they desperately need, because this game, let's be honest with ourselves, could be doing better on PC, and I think it's doing okay, but it could definitely be doing better, and hence why I'm a community member. I really want to get more people into this game, you know. The whole reason I signed up for that was because I wanted to get more people to get involved in Sandstorm and have a good time playing this amazing game. I still play this over the new Call of Duty, so I mean, it's that good. But there's things that they could definitely be doing better, and a lot of these things are kind of listed in this update information. So coming in March, we have the new map, as well as 2 new weapons, and while that's good, and I'm happy for that, it's kind of one of those situations where it's been a few months. Is 2 weapons and a new map really going to be enough content to really keep people wanting to return to the game? I don't know. It could be. I mean, I really enjoyed the last maps and weapons they've been putting out, but I think Big Fry covered this in his video pretty well, saying that 2 new weapons, while very awesome, might not change the game in a way that's really important for a lot of people, because a lot of people just run AK and M4 platform weapons, you know? They don't really venture outside of the norms. And a few people like me will just try everything, but that's not everybody, and a lot of people are probably already content using whatever their favorite weapon is right now. So unless it's a real game changer of a weapon, I don't foresee a whole lot coming from that update, unless, again, the weapon is really cool in some way or another, or brings a new functionality to the game. I'm still excited to get my hands on it, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to really bring people back. Now, the new map, I think there's a screenshot of it somewhere. It does look really nice from what I've seen, and I think that was actually in the last update that they've put out on the game. You know, again, I'm looking forward to it. It's more content. It's something I can run some co-op missions on. It's something I get to do some PvP on. So, you know, that's a couple of hours worth of content right there alone. However, again, is it enough to really bring people back? Not sure. They're also going to be dropping those mod tools on us, and honestly, that's the biggest thing out of everything. Is once those mod tools come out, that's what could really save this game for the PC community, depending on how easy it is to actually download and install these mods and get them running on servers, and actually being able to play them, and the variety of the mods. I think that's all very important. They have talked a little bit about their custom support. I think you can get fully modified loadouts, movement, and gameplay configs for these, so cool custom game modes. They said that Domination actually came from this system, so I'm really excited to see what they have in store for us there. And they are saying that there is going to be in-game integration, so you can download mods straight from the game, connect to a server, and download mods for said server. So okay, I guess that is confirmed. They haven't confirmed Steam Workshop support though, and they say that custom weapons may come as well, so that's a big, like, fingers crossed, because one of the things that made Insurgency Source so amazing, or Insurgency 2, was the Steam Workshop and having custom weapons, because I remember running a custom FAMAS and custom sidearms and that brought a lot of variety to the game. Even if the weapons all performed the same as their, you know, default counterparts, they actually would look and sound different, and that was really cool. Also, they are adding a death cam, which is not a kill cam to the game, they say. Upon death, the player's camera will point towards where gunshots came from, it would make it easier for new players to kind of understand where they're being shot from. I don't think this is necessary at all, as a lot of the time what kind of brings Sandstorm up, in my opinion, is the fact that it's a very hardcore shooter, and if you run out into the open and you just get blasted and you don't know where you got blasted from, there's a good chance, you know, maybe you can learn from that mistake, start looking around, being a little bit more cautious. This just kind of gives away people's camping positions or strategic advantage positions, whatever you want to call it. But this does kind of lead me in the direction of, like, I hope it's not zoomed in, like, a lot, you know? I hope it's, maybe if it is something like this, it just kind of points you in a general direction, so you have a little bit better, like, understanding of the, you know, direction, to make it kind of easier to know where the front lines are. But this isn't something I think anybody actually wanted in the game or asked for, and if they did, they're probably not someone who plays a lot of Insurgency. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird, and a lot of people are speculating it's for the console players, which does not surprise me, as, to be honest, if I was playing this game on a console, like sitting back on a couch, maybe it would be a little bit harder to tell where I was getting shot from. So in that way, I kind of understand it. With bringing it to the PC version, I don't know. I just don't know about it. Also, they said that they are going to have no kill feeds coming to official servers, so I guess that's kind of a positive. But it's also pretty cool that you can have that as a custom thing for servers, so I'm glad that that's an option. Really, a lot of these things are better when they're options for custom servers and such, so as long as NWI gives us options, I'm happy, so yeah. Alright, they also went into discussing the night maps. So, one of the bigger content updates, in my opinion, will be night maps. Now, I was under the impression they were going to give us, you know, like PvP modes and maps and things and really dive into it. But apparently, it's actually not that big of a deal. Alright, so let's just go ahead and read into this a little bit. So, night maps are aimed for a summer release. The nighttime versions of all maps are built for co-op. The PvP night maps will be supported, but not on official servers, and the night equipment other than NVGs are planned to release. So, what I'm gathering from this is that they really aren't super supportive of PvP night maps. Now, I mean, it's being supported, but only on custom servers, so no, like, official ranked or anything like that. And in a competitive standpoint, I kind of understand why they wouldn't want to do that, because people camp a lot more on night maps. It gets a little bit more exploity, kind of slows down the gameplay a lot, and a lot of people just turn the gamma up or the brightness up and not use NVGs to save the supply points or whatever. So in that way, I do understand. However, I think they should still, like, support the casual kind of game modes or the big operation matchmaking in it, but that's just my opinion. Apparently only, like, a small percentage of the original Insurgency's player base ever even, like, turned night maps on, so I don't know. I'm of two minds, but as long as they're supported for all the co-op modes, I'm okay with that, I guess. Speaking of co-op, the Co-op Outpost mode might not be coming this year, again, partially due to the console release, so they basically pushed back the Outpost mode. Now, this could come out when the console release drops, which would be fine, I guess, but it just kind of sucks that we're going to be stuck playing the same co-op mode for, like, the rest of the year, and, I mean, the year just started, so that's not good news at all. I mean, I'm really hoping these mod tools are shipped, and that the community can just get hammering onto some co-op modes, because we need that desperately, like, really badly. However, in good news for co-op fans, the AI Overhaul is coming. Now, how big of a deal will this AI Overhaul really be? It's to be determined, but I am kind of seeing a problem with the co-op in that AI will either one-shot you instantly, the second they get eyes on you at all, or they will look at you and just do nothing, and then you just mow them down. It's really one of the two, and you can never take the chance because you never know if they're going to laser you or just do nothing, so you have to act really quickly, which is kind of fun in a way because it keeps you on your toes, but it's also very, very frustrating and inconsistent. And it would be nice to see the AI do some more unusual things, maybe like flashbang rooms and clear them, or just do anything that's a little bit more intelligent, like take cover, do all sorts of different things, pick all sorts of different weapons. And one of the things I would really love to see implemented maybe in the future would be some sort of like more AI classes. Now how they would do that, I'm not really sure, but it would be kind of nice to see some more variety there in how the co-op works. Heck, maybe some more objectives, and maybe how you take them out could be different. Who knows? And lastly, I'm hearing that there will not be any more voices planned at all. And that is a little bit disappointing because, as you guys know, there's not very many voices that you can select from in the game at the moment. And they do actually have a pretty good variety of voices and lines and such. But if you know anything about the game, you know that you hear the same things all the time. And it would be nice to see some more people enter the voice booth and do some lines for this game, because it really could use it. But from a business sense, I understand that that is expensive and timely to do. So, and it was the same with Killing Floor 2. They didn't like doing that because it just adds so much more time to like in production and money and costs. So I get it. However, I think you should add at least one more female voice actor. I mean, come on, or actress rather, because like seriously, it gets a little grating hearing the same voice over and over. As good as it is, it's just, you know, it'd be nice to get some more in there.
Fuck you! Suck my dick!
But reading the consensus on the comments on this Reddit post, a lot of people are just a little bit disappointed. And it's not because they don't enjoy the game. It seems like many people here love the game, and they're upset more just because they want more content. And they think that, you know, waiting as many months as we have for one map and 2 guns is a little bit ridiculous. And some people might be a little bit more tilted about that than others. I mean, in my opinion, I'm still having plenty of fun hopping on the game. I've made it a point to not overplay Sandstorm, but I definitely keep playing it every week. And I think for me personally, I am not happy with the amount of stuff currently in the game, with the time releases of it. But I understand why it is the way it is, and I understand with their console release and everything that they really want to be focused on that. So I get it, but I mean, I'm just fingers crossed that these mods come in clutch and save this game. And that's a little bit of a shame that the community kind of has to do that work and lift it like that. But at the same time, this is a community that's totally capable of it based on, you know, Insurgency on Steam. I mean, seeing what the community did to keep that game going was ridiculous. I mean, just really backpacking NWI there. But to be fair, NWI also put out a lot of really good content updates for that game. In my opinion, what I would like to see would be more of these focused updates, just like in the last Insurgency, kind of like the Molotov Springs update, where we just got all sorts of things like equipment, maps, guns, modes. Just do a big old swash of content and just release it 1 month, you know? Instead of giving us like 3 or 4 months for 1 map and 2 guns. It just seems a little bit disappointing. Maybe build up a theme around a piece of equipment that might be new, or do something exciting, you know? Just make it kind of like a big event to come back to Sandstorm for the month. Get the players to be really hyped instead of people just kind of begrudgingly coming back to try out the 1 map and the 2 guns. And again, hopefully the mods come in saving the day, and I really hope they do. Hopefully also the console release is good. I mean, the people who've been waiting for this game on console have been really, really patient, and I hope that they get a good product out of this, and hopefully it's well optimized for them and everything runs smooth as butter. So I know to wrap this video up that I've been a little bit negative, but sometimes I think good games need tough love from their community, you know, so people can get their voices across, be heard. And you have to understand too that NWI is a business and they have to do things that make business sense. And for them to spend a whole lot of money developing something that would be cool for one guy, but not for like the 12 other playing, I mean, I kind of understand like where they're coming from. And I like, they have to spend their time and money wisely here. And they're not the biggest developers around. I mean, they're competing against Call of Duty, you know, the people with like infinite money to work with. So you kind of have to be a little bit understanding of that going in. And you can't just rage machine in the comments of everything Insurgency and just demand what you want from the game. Because like, while it's good to, you know, clarify what you want and be heard, obviously it's not good to be like rude about it, and you have to just kind of put yourself in their shoes for a second, think about the realistic possibilities of getting these updates that you want, and kind of think about it from a business standpoint. But then again, there are definitely things that NWI needs to be called out on, and people like Big Fry are really good in the community at doing that, as he can really just like nail people on things like this. So, and he's been covering a lot of good games. Go check him out, by the way. He's a great content creator. But if you guys enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you next time for some more Insurgency Sandstorm. Peace out.